morning, children. I hope you all are healthy, safe, and fine at home and enjoyed all your holidays with so many different activities. So now the time has come to start with our online classes. Before the holidays, we completed 2 chapters as well as poem from the book Honeysuckle. We'll start today with the 3rd chapter, and the name of the chapter is Taro's Reward. Children, before beginning the chapter, just tell me when you get the reward, or what all things you get as a reward. Definitely you will say we get the different things, the variety of things which we demand from our parents, from our elders in a form of reward. So here also, children, Taro is a little boy who gets different things from his parents as a reward. And another great surprise he gets from the King of Japan. So let's begin with the story of a boy named Taro. Please open the book, children, chapter number 3. The name of the chapter is Taro's Reward. Children, can you tell me the meaning of reward? Yes, reward means something which is given to us in place of our hard work as some gift or something which we like. So this is a story of a boy named Taro who worked very hard to fulfill his parents' wishes, and he worked day in and day and night, and finally he got the reward from his parents as well as something else as a reward. So let's start with our 3rd chapter, and the name of the chapter is Taro's Reward. A young woodcutter named Taro lived with his mother and father on a lonely hillside. All day long he chopped wood in the forest. Children, what is the meaning of chopped? Chopped means cut into pieces. Though he worked very hard, he earned very little money. This made him sad, for he was a thoughtful son and wanted to give his old parents everything they needed. So he worked very hard. He did the work of chopping, that is cutting the trees. And he was a very thoughtful son, that is, he was very concerned about his parents as they were old and wanted to fulfill all their wishes. One evening, when Taro and his parents were sitting in a corner of their hut, a strong wind began to blow. It whistled through the cracks of the hut, and everyone felt cold. Suddenly, Taro's father said, "I wish I had a cup of sake. It would warm me and do my old heart good." Children, first we'll see the meaning of the new words. Whistle through means pass through with a whistling sound. Cracks means a narrow gaps, openings. And this word, children, S-A-K-E. Though in an English we pronounce it as sake, but it is a Japanese word, and here it is pronounced as sake, which means a popular Japanese drink. So what happened one evening when Taro and his parents, they were sitting in a corner of their hut? A very strong wind began to blow, and his parents, they started feeling very cold. Suddenly Taro's father said, "I wish I had a cup of sake." So he wanted a cup of sake so that they could feel little warmer. This made Taro sadder than ever, for the heartwarming drink called sake was very expensive. How do I earn more money? He asked himself. How do I get a little sake for my poor old father? He decided to work harder than before. So he became very sad because he could not afford that drink for his parents. Why? Because that drink was quite expensive. So he thought, he asked himself, how could I earn more money so that I could buy sake for my old father? And finally he decided to work harder and harder. Next morning, Taro jumped out of bed earlier than usual and made his way to the forest. He chopped and cut as the sun climbed, and soon he was so warm that he had to take off his jacket. His mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweat. My poor old father, he thought, if only he was as warm as I. So children, we'll see the difficult word here. Made his way means went to. So what did he do next morning? Yes, he got earlier. He jumped out of bed. He got earlier than before, and straight away he went to the forest and he started cutting the wood. And he chopped and chopped as the sun became too hot. And finally it was so hot that he had to remove his jacket. And his mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweat. And he started wondering that my father should also become so warm. And with that he began to chop even faster, thinking of the extra money he must earn to buy the sake to warm the old man's bones. So he started working very hard, thinking that he would earn the extra money to buy sake for his father. Then suddenly Taro stopped chopping. What was that sound? That he heard. Could it possibly be rushing water? Then suddenly, as he was chopping the wood, he heard some sound and he started thinking, what was that sound? He thought might be rushing water. Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. He was thirsty. The axe was dropped out of his hands and he ran in the direction of the sound. So Taro thought for a while, is there the rushing stream somewhere? But he thought that he hadn't seen the stream or heard about the stream. But he was very thirsty, and the axe with which he was chopping the wood, it fell out of his hands, and he ran in the direction of the sound. Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock, kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly. He cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips. Was it water or was it sake? He tasted it again and again, and always it was the delicious sake instead of cold water. Children, will see few difficult words here. Cupped a little in his hands means took some water in his hands as if in a cup. Then delicious means very tasty. So he went near the waterfall. He knelt down and he took a cup of water in his hands and he tasted. He tasted again and again, and as he tasted, he found that it was a delicious sake and it wasn't a cold water. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. The old man was delighted with the sake. Children, meaning of pitcher is a pot usually made of mud. So he filled that water, that sake in the pitcher, and he was very happy. And quickly he went home with the sake. After then that went home with the sake. After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and a little dance in the middle of the floor. So his father took just one sip and he stopped shivering from cold and he started dancing on the floor. Why he was dancing, children? Because he was extremely happy, because he was very happy that finally he got the drink which he wished for. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of the sake. The lady drank it greedily and thanked the old man. Then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. Thanking him for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By nightfall, she spread the story throughout the whole village. Children, greedily means as if desiring more and more. So that afternoon, one neighborhood came to Taro's house and Taro offered the sake to that lady also. The lady drank and he went in the whole village narrating the story of the magic waterfall. And thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. And by nightfall, she spread the whole story throughout the village. That evening, there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. So, what happened, children, after that? After that, one by one, the long line of people visiting to the woodcutter's house. Why? Because everyone wanted to taste, wanted to take a sip of sake. And within a half an hour, the whole pitcher was empty. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest pitcher he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. When he reached it, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again and again and then shouted angrily, "Water! Nothing but water!" Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. So, children, did you understand what happened the next morning? Next morning, when Taro went for work, he found that before him all the neighbors, the whole villagers were there near the waterfall, and they were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. And suddenly one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again and again, but then he shouted angrily, "It was water, only water, nothing else is there. There was no sake, only cold water was there." "We have been tricked," shouted the villagers. Where is Taro? Let us drown him in this waterfall." But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock. When he saw how things were going, he was nowhere to be found. Children, meaning of tricked is deceive. So everybody started shouting at Taro that he has tricked us, he has deceived us, and they wanted to drown Taro as a punishment in the waterfall. But Taro was very wise, very intelligent. He hid himself behind a rock until everything settled down. Muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. Taro came out from his hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. It was the same fine sake. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. To everyone else, it gave only cold water. Children, meaning of muttering is speaking unclearly. So, muttering, that is speaking very softly, unclearly, and very angry. The villagers were very angry. They left the place one by one. And then finally, Taro came out from his hiding place. And he started wondering, he started thinking, was it true that is this a plain water, or is it really a sake? And then it was to the thoughtful, he started thinking. Then he again went to the magic waterfall and he tasted again. And then he found, what did he find, children? He found that for him it was a delicious sake. But for everyone else, that is for the villagers, it was only cold water. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with the 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. This, said the emperor, was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents, meaning of sent for his call. So children, this story of Taro and his magic waterfall, it reached the Emperor of Japan, that is the King of Japan. And he called Taro and rewarded him with the 20 pieces of gold for his kindness, for his goodness. And you know what he did? He named the most beautiful fountain of the city after Taro's name. And this he did to encourage all the children to honor and obey their parents. So this is how, children, Taro was rewarded by the emperor, by the King of Japan. I hope you all have understood the story and enjoyed it, and you will also work hard to fulfill all the dreams of your parents, all the wishes of your parents, so that you will also be rewarded in the same way by your parents, by your elders. So that is how the story ends. I hope you all have enjoyed the story. Now children, your homework for today is write down all the word meanings in your notebooks. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a good day.